This is the moment my arm snapped. Was I able to escape this deep armbar? Let's find out. This is my match against Victor, a skilled blue belt with quick submissions. I started the match off by using arm drags to elevate Victor. When on bottom, I'm always trying to off-balance my opponent. He goes for a bit of a steamer lock, but ends up giving up top position in the process. I drop down and start driving forward for a knee slice. He tries coming up, but this takes his back off the mat, giving me a chance to lock up a body lock. I lock my hands in a full gable grip and continue the knee slice. He starts standing up to stop me from passing, but this opens up his back. At first I don't get it, but as he stands up again, I throw in a hook and start taking his back. However, as we go off the mat, he's able to slip out, and we end up getting reset. I pull guard, and I use another arm drag to elevate Victor and get the sweep. Once on top, I punch in an underhook and go for a knee slice. To defend, Victor turtles and recovers to guard. To be honest, at this point in the match I thought I had it in the bag and I'd be able to just cruise my way to victory. That is until... Out of nowhere, Victor throws up an armbar. I roll, and he starts hipping in. My arm pops once, but I'm able to bridge and hitchhiker out to escape. Now, if you're wondering how I got out of that, the first thing I did was I brought my shoulder off the mat to relieve pressure from my arm. Then, I bridge, and I throw my hand to his left hip. This turns my elbow, making it hard for him to finish the armbar, and allows me to come up to my knees and escape. Sadly, that wasn't the only armbar I got put in during this match. Stick around to see if I'm able to escape the next one, and subscribe if you haven't already. I attempt a hip switch, then I drop down into a body lock. To counter, Victor pushes my face away and catches me in the omoplata. I roll out of it, but I leave my foot open, so Victor tries cranking in a steamer lock.
Another one.
As if he hasn't already gone for enough submissions, Victor falls back on a straight ankle, so I boot to defend. Then he switches to a heel hook, so I start rolling to get my knee line out. After rolling, I notice his back is exposed, so I start chasing his back, and I end up in mount. I survived all those submission attempts and was now in a dominant position. I look for this submission for a while, but eventually Victor is able to escape. I grab both of Victor's ankles and hit a double ankle sweep. I snatch up an underhook and start going for a knee slice. I hip switch to pass his guard, but Victor is able to recover again. Time was running out, so I hip switch and fall back on the Hail Mary heel hook. Victor gets his leg free and comes on top just before the time expires. Since no one got the submission, the match was going to overtime. In overtime, we take turns starting in either the back or armbar position until someone finds a submission. Even though that armbar injured my arm, it felt fine because of all the adrenaline, so I was ready for this overtime. I start on Victor's back. He falls to the choking side and is able to hit a quick escape in just 6 seconds. Victor decides to take my back. I start turning out of Victor's back control. I push his foot off my hip and start escaping. However, as I come on top, my elbow gets stuck. I need to get this elbow free to officially escape, but Victor has a tight hold of it. Once I get it free, Victor has already gathered 30 seconds of ride time. If no one gets the submission in overtime, the match comes down to who controlled the other person the longest, aka ride time. Victor was up on ride time right now, and I had 2 rounds to come back. I start on Victor's back again. He tries peeling off my hook, but I'm able to pivot my hips and lock up a body triangle. I threaten the choke, but Victor defends and starts turning out of my back control. I follow him, but my body triangle opens up and he starts getting out. I shoot up an armbar, but it ends up getting called an escape. I gathered 31 seconds of ride time that round. Victor starts on my back again. When the round starts, I immediately start shifting my body, so Victor loses his chest to back connection, making it easier to escape. I come up to my knees and escape in 18 seconds. Victor was up by 11 seconds of ride time. It was all going to come down to this last round. Victor was good at exploding out of my back control at the beginning of the round, so I knew I needed to lock up a body triangle and control him for those first 30 seconds, so he'd run out of energy. As soon as the round starts, Victor bridges to the right side. He tries his hardest to escape, but this time I'm able to lock up a body triangle. With this body triangle, I have a lot of control over his lower body, but I need to control his upper body as well. Victor tries bringing his back to the mat, but I pull him back in. I bring my arm across Victor's face and start locking up a rear naked choke. However, Victor is able to pull my arm down and open up the choke. Victor keeps trying to get out of my back control, but I notice his escapes are getting slower, and it's becoming easier to follow him. Once Victor gets out, I've already gathered 1 minute and 50 seconds of ride time. I was up by a lot of ride time, so Victor needed to get the submission. He decides to go for an armbar. I did not want to get armbarred on the same arm again, so I purposely asked him if he wants to attack my left arm. He probably didn't remember which one he armbarred, so he's just like, sounds good. I set up my defense. As soon as the round starts, I come up to my knees. This makes it a lot harder for him to finish the armbar. I wedge my knee in his thigh so I can start sliding out. But he starts pulling my grip open. At this point, I knew my grip was going to break, and I would need to pull off another hitchhiker escape. All my training had prepared me for this moment. With that escape, I ended up winning the match by ride time. Thanks for watching. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe for that YouTube algorithm. I'll catch you next time. Peace.